Hey guys, it's me Coral. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with the end of the year book tag, and I had to just come out and say it right away. I thought that this was like more of a tag that you do at the end of the year rather than one that you do to talk about what you're going to do at the end of the year. So next time I do it, I won't make that mistake, but my questions would probably be a little bit different if I had done this a month or two ago instead of right now. But here I am with it anyway. So the first question on this list is, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? In 2018, there were like 5 books I started and I didn't finish. And I'm happy to say that I didn't do that this year. There's only one that I started and I didn't get to the end of it, but I plan to. I don't know. I have this thing where it's like I can't be in the same series for too long. I know that's so strange. I also like can't eat the same foods more than like 2 days in a row, or like I get weird aversions to it and feel like I'm gonna throw up even if it's like things that I like. And it's like that with the books too. And I think I read the 4th book and then I started this one too soon after it, so I like started to be like, ugh, I can't do this right now. It's a very big book. This is A Dance of Dragons, or A Dance with Dragons by George R.R. Martin. This is the 5th book in the Game of Thrones series. The series has been pretty good so far. There's been some highs and some lows. I'm hoping that this one is more exciting than the 4th one was, but I don't even know how far I was into it. Oh, and I have 2 bookmarks in here, so maybe 170 pages, but I do hope to finish this in 2020. We'll see. I also said that at the beginning of this year about the books I didn't finish last year, and I didn't pick up a single one of those. Okay, the next question is, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? And I don't really, because it is already the end of the year. If I had done this tag like in October, I'd say probably Something Wicked This Way Comes, which is very much a book that feels like fall transitioning into the later part of the year because of, I mean, the time of the year in the book is around Halloween, I believe. And since it's kind of a coming of age story, it's in that like these teenagers are becoming men kind of a feel. So that's what I'd pick if I hadn't already read it. And the next question, is there a new release you're still waiting for? And I couldn't find any that came out in December. I'm not sure if that's just because like there's nothing on my radar or if I just didn't like search hard enough, but nothing came to the top of my head. But there are some for 2020 that I am looking forward to. There is, of course, Stephen King's If It Bleeds that comes out next year. Paul Tremblay's Survivor Song, which we just got a cover reveal for, and it looks... So I'm looking forward to that one. I'm also looking forward to The Only Good Indian by Stephen Graham Jones. And of course, I'm still waiting for The Ward by Keelan Patrick Burke, which I thought was supposed to come out in 2019. I haven't heard anything about it recently, so I don't know what's going on with that, but maybe we'll get it in 2020. Okay, the next question is, what are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? And this one also would have been more fun if I'm not doing it in December, mid-December even. So the first one here is The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman. This is the first book in the His Dark Materials series, and I really want to read this specifically because I want to watch the TV show. But sometimes that doesn't bother me if I feel like I'm not going to read the series at all, but I really would like to read this. So I want to do that this month so I can start watching the fucking series finally. I've heard it's so good, and I really love James McAvoy, so Okay, another one that was on my TBR is The Ascent by Ronald Malfi. This book just seems like it's right in my wheelhouse with like the survival element and the mountaineering element, and also I really loved Ronald Malfi's short story collection, We Should Have Left Well Enough Alone, so I'm hoping that I'll also love his full-length work. And one that was not on my TBR, but I'm hoping that if I finish everything I'm trying to read right now, maybe I'll have time to get to this before the end of the year. This is The Shoemaker by Flora Rita Schreiber. Or is it Retta? I'm not sure. She is the woman who wrote the infamous book Sybil, and this is one of her other books. This is about Joseph Callinger, who was nicknamed the Shoemaker. He was a really fucked up guy, and this is like sort of a true crime book, but I think, as also with Sybil, that Flora definitely took some liberties in what she wrote in here. So yeah, Joseph Callinger is really interesting. There's a very weird family dynamic here. I'm sorry, my cats are playing in the box of Christmas decorations. So I would like to get to this and see what I think about it. Okay, the next question is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? And I don't really know. I don't know if any of the books that I picked out could be my favorites. And that's okay, because I don't expect to love every single book that I read. But I have started Needful Things by Stephen King. This is the first time I've read this one, and if this is not the favorite, I'm hoping that it will be a favorite. And even if it's not a favorite, I have a feeling that Leland Gaunt is going to be one of my favorite King characters. I'm only about 50 pages in, but he is so weird and creepy and like insidious, and I just need to know more about him. So I'm hoping at least Leland Gaunt will maybe be one of my favorite characters of the year, if nothing else. Last question. Have you already started making reading plans for 2020? The answer is yes, of course, especially being a YouTuber. There's lots of plans that I want to make to be able to, you know, do certain videos in the future. So I'm always planning, and there's lots of different things that I want to read, things that I want to plan, and lots of bookish shit that will carry me into 2020. And you guys will see, I guess, if you stick around. Okay, well, that's the end of this tag. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I'm going to now film some of my what was going on with my 5-star predictions. So that will be up within a few days of this video, so keep an eye out for that if that sounds interesting to you. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later!